So my producers are all excited about bringing some relationship issues to me. Not theirs, of course, but other people's. So I'm going to be like a relationship guru. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Would I be a total jerk if I made my husband pay me each time he forgets something? I could get rich on that one. Yeah. So I'm a 30-year-old female, she says. I'm married to my husband who's 31, male. As much as I love him, he's extremely forgetful. Most of that forgetfulness being with the little stuff, like forgetting his water bottle at home or forgetting to close the drawers or cabinets. My son's like that. And I don't really think it's carelessness, but he's generally just looks around and doesn't remember to do it. A couple of days ago, he started writing notes on the doors to make sure he closes them. But he still forgets to close some cabinets or drawers sometimes. And mark my words, once our kid, 2-year-old male, is old enough to start kindergarten, he's going to forget to pick him up. That's her fear. Well, on Friday, when he left for work, he left at least 2 drawers open, the microwave door open, and forgot his drink as well as his food. He was actually surprised by the food thing since he never forgets food. I did drive to his job to give him his drink, insert a mental image of a 6-month pregnant woman trying to fit into a Q7 Audi. Anyhow, when I got there, he retrieved his stuff and I made him give me $50 for my time and for my gas. When he got home, he asked me if the whole pay thing was going to be regular. And I told him he could always just remember his stuff. He just laughed and walked away. Wow.
Wow. What an amazing day.
You got a lot in here, lady. There's a whole lot of issues. Number one, the guy doesn't close doors or drawers, and a lot of that is because he has closure issues, okay? Seriously, that's what it is. They don't like to close the door on something because they feel like he may have to go back and reopen it again. The same thing with the drawers. I know people like that, so I know that that's the problem. Now, as far as forgetting your food or forgetting your keys or glasses or whatever at home, that's just because he's got so much on his mind, or he's really in a rush to get the heck out of the house. So I don't know if that really reflects well on you, but I could tell you this. The best way to handle this is to ignore it. Why do you ignore it? Just go ahead and close the door, close the drawer, leave the food on the table. When he comes back, or if he comes back, say, here's your honey, here's your food, honey, here's your food, here's your drink. Just let it go. This is not a big issue. These are little details. I know I live with a woman who can be forgetful from time to time. Things happen, doors are open, drawers are open. Yes, I've just learned to shut them and let it go. Somebody else went on to say, if it actually cost you $50 in gas to drive to him and you manage finances separately, I guess comping you for the gas isn't terrible, though it's kind of nickel and diming and kind of creepy. Charging him for your time, though, as a penalty is decidedly a crazy move. I kind of agree with that person. I don't think you can't charge your spouse for going and doing things for him or her doing things for you. That's just wrong. It's wrong. Don't do it. Forget about it. Hope you guys have something better on the next one. Am I a jerk for making my son eat all of his food and arguing with his great aunt that disagreed? You know, don't you people have a life? I'm a 36-year-old male, adopted my wife's 2 sons. There's the problem. And we have 2 of our own. Our oldest son is 11, and he's always had special meals made for him. Oh, special. I propose that we try my family's technique. We put the food out. If they don't want it, they can go and play, but that food gets put away till the next meal. The meal will be there for when they get hungry. Yeah, right. 3 or 4 days can go by before I would eat, like liver. There's no way I'm eating it. You could put it away for a week. I'll starve first before I eat it. So I don't think that's a good idea. My in-laws and wife were opposed to this idea. Hey, they got some brains. So I suggested that he goes to therapy. You're an idiot. The kid doesn't need therapy because he doesn't like the food you make. They diagnosed him with ADHD, ODD, and gave him medications. They gave my wife instructions for healthier eating strategies, and she didn't do any of it. Good for her. You don't need somebody telling you how to raise your kid. He doesn't need medications, and he certainly doesn't need an outside person to tell him what kind of food to cook. 2 years later, hey, you waited a long time. 2 years later, I was fed up as a stay-at-home dad. Why are you a stay-at-home dad? Are you just lazy? Do you have a job? Does your wife make more money than you? Or like I said earlier, maybe you're the one that needs the help. But anyhow, you were a stay-at-home dad of 4 and battling the food thing. Are you cooking the food? I got a feeling you suck at cooking. Maybe you should stop cooking. Maybe try buying food. It might be better. Even McDonald's might be better. I told my wife I was taking over. After a rough couple of months where once a week I'd put a meal that wasn't what he wanted. Why? Just in other words, you purposely trying to egg him on. He's eating now whatever's put in front of him. He's having vegetables and feeling proud that he's overcoming anxiety he's had around food. Okay, so now you're telling me the kid had anxiety around food. When are you going to tell me this? Why didn't you tell me up front? My son has anxiety about eating. Okay, so maybe you're not a total jerk. Maybe your son does need help. I think you might need some too, but he has anxiety. Why does he have anxiety around food? I mean, really, he probably does need some help because food doesn't attack you. It doesn't talk to you. It's just food. Why do you have an anxiety around food? Anyhow, this is getting better. We went to his great-grandparents' house for lunch. I told him he'd need to have a spoonful of everything and as much of whatever he wanted. That's good advice. My wife made him a plate and she served less than a spoonful, but hey, I'm not going to fight her with that. That's good. After eating most of it, he complained that the salt was burning a cut on his lip, and I told him finish the last bites. It was a couple of spoonfuls of cheesy potatoes and a tiny piece of ham. Then I went outside to check on the other 2 boys. When I came back in, I overheard my son's great aunt bragging to my mother-in-law about how she just ate the food for him. She's got to be fat. She just loves to eat. That's what it was. Anyhow, she saw that I overheard and shut up real quick. I then pulled my son aside and asked him about it, and she said I don't have to eat it. He tried to tell her that he had to, and then she proceeded to eat it anyway. I told him we were going to go back in there and I'd give him a similar portion of the small amount that he was supposed to eat. And you are a jerk. Why can't you just leave it alone? Fat lady wanted to eat some of his food. Let her enjoy it. Okay? And leave the kid alone. Why do you got to give him a little bit of everything? What, you want to purposely torture the kid? Just give him what he wants to eat, because I'm telling you what's going to happen eventually. He's going to grow up and he's going to eat things that he never ate before and not eat things that he did eat before. So you offer him to try. If he doesn't want to try, don't force him to eat it. In fact, just give him bread. Maybe that's all he'll eat is bread. I had a daughter I raised for a long time. All she would eat is bread for about 2 years. The girl ate hardly anything but macaroni and bread. Did she die? No. Is she healthy? Yeah, somewhat. Anyhow, it's okay. Leave him alone. Let him enjoy life. God, I hope we got another one of these. Oh, we do. I'm so excited. Yeah, I love being a relationship guru. Am I a total jerk for finding it unfair that my dad told me that I had to pay rent or move out at 18, but I didn't tell my brothers the same thing, but they didn't tell my brothers the same thing at 18? Okay, well, let's read the story. I'm a 17-year-old male. Made this account because I think my dad is being unfair despite everyone I asked telling me he's not. I talked to my family about it for support, and they were unsupportive and actually called me ungrateful. I turned 18 shortly, and my dad told me that he wants me to start paying rent when I turn 18 or I'll have to move out. This made me upset because both of my brothers weren't forced to move out or pay rent when they were 18. My oldest brother is now 25, only moved out 2 years ago, and my older brother, 22, still lives with us. I told him this, and he told me that he knows that he made a mistake when raising them, and he wasn't going to make the same mistake with me. I asked my dad if he was saying this to my brother, who's 22, and he told me that he wasn't because he was unemployed, and if he were to kick him out, he'd be homeless. I asked my dad why he cares about him not being homeless, but is ready to make me homeless. He told me that he'll help me find an apartment and will co-sign the lease if I choose to move out. I asked my dad why he wouldn't do this for my brother instead, but he told me that he doesn't trust him, which just made me more angry. I feel like I'm getting punished for being well behaved. Son, there's something else to this story. I hate to be the one to break this to you, but have you had a DNA test? I mean, seriously, you might want to get a DNA test. They're pretty cheap. Maybe he's not your dad. I mean, the guy didn't do it to 2 other brothers, but now he's doing it to you. He's still not doing it to one who's just a lazy bum who's not got a job yet. He's jobless. He's still letting him live at home, but he's taking it out on you? Yeah, I got a feeling there's something up there, buddy. Is Mom around? I don't see Mom mentioned here. Maybe Mom ran away? Maybe Dad's just a jerk. Maybe the problem's not you all along. The problem just might be him. I don't know what else to tell you unless you gave me a little more information, like where's Mom? Well, you didn't think of that when you read it?